All right, so yeah, their volume's off. What did they do? They pressed the wrong button.
All right,
What
we're
they
good.
do?
Yeah.
All right, so
No, no.
I want to talk since we're jumping around here, make it more entertaining, I guess. I was at the match you guys had against Wagner. I remember well when it first got announced, I remember Lorenzo hit me up, Lorenzo Lamatina, and I was on the train. I was in Manhattan. I was getting ready to go to the ferry, and then he told me, "Oh, it got canceled." So I'm like, "All right." Then I just went back home. I wasn't too far away at that point. But then when it actually got set up and all that, Lorenzo hit me up and stuff. That I went over there. But I have a story to tell you about like my trip over there.
Yeah.
So I'm going over there and I had my scooter on me. Felt like bringing it. So I get to Staten Island and I know how the buses are over there. It's a little different. So once you miss one bus, you got to wait a while to the next one. So I missed
Mhm.
it. Like, oh man, oh, I got this mechanical device thingy. So let me use this. And I tried to scoot all the way to Petrides, to Wagner.
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
got
Yeah.
I got part of the way, and I like the scenery. Like I like what I was seeing.
Where
Like
you biking from?
I wasn't biking, I was scooting. I was like right where the ferry's at, St. George.
Oh yeah, that's deep.
I
That's
tried
deep.
to scoot all the way up.
We
I would
we
have
actually
done it.
had to bike home to Staten Island one time from the city recently.
Yeah,
Actually,
we took city bikes and bike to
did we
Staten
we did
Island.
figure out how to get a city bike because we missed the ferry, right? And then we came back. Well, like we were waiting for the next one, right? And then we realized, oh, this ferry you need tickets for because we're
So
not
you
sure.
totally cut off his story.
Oh, I
Wait,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
keep on.
Sorry.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, no, well, that's all right.
My bad.
But
We'll get
I
back
do
but
that a
to
on.
lot. I'm sorry.
continue though, so I was scooting. I wasn't biking, but it's an electric scooter, so it's good. But my charge had it started to die a little bit. But if it didn't start to die, I would have done it. But
Yeah.
I got like I guess 75% of the way there, and I had money on me, so I decided, all right, I'll just get on the bus. So I took a bus like a couple stops, and in Staten Island, once you get on the bus, they just start driving immediately. They don't
Yeah,
let you
yeah,
sit
yeah.
down. So then I got off a couple stops later, and I just decided, all right, I'll take a cab. That cab driver was so rude.
Really?
Yes, he was very rude. I'm like, oh, not everybody in Staten Island. There's people outside New York say New Yorkers are rude. It depends where you're at, but this guy was being rude. He didn't even open the trunk for me. He told me, "Oh, you can open it up yourself."
That's
Scooter on.
crazy.
I'm like, supposed to press the button that opens it. So I open it, and then you know how you have to confirm your address. So he says the first like four numbers. It was 1966. I'm like, boy, what are you talking about? He goes, well, that's what it says here. I'm like, so I checked myself. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he took me to Wagner. He was being rude and all that, but yeah, he took me to Wagner, and I got
Yeah.
over there, and I had my scooter charging and all that. And it was I was watching stuff. But what Lorenzo told me is that you guys won the duel because Sayad lasted all three periods in a match. Remember that?
Bro, that
That's what
was
I'm trying to
so
get to.
bad.
Nah, that was a bad that's what I meant. Like last year we were like, yo, our team was like we were just very like young. And like I said, we were coming back after like a COVID. So like all the returning guys were like not in it. Like everything was all messed up. So yo, we got like we were getting destroyed that dual meet, but then we had so many forfeits. And this guy went out there and this guy just like survived the three periods.
Bro, I didn't even think, bro. I was so bad back then. Like I
Yeah,
don't know
we
how. Like
both of us.
I was watching like moments of that match where like I could have pinned him like so easy, but I just like didn't because like how it is when you're in the match and stuff like that. But, like there's like things that I know now that I didn't know back then would have worked so easy and just would have been like an altogether like better match. But back then, like we weren't that strong. We weren't too strong as a team. We were like just making by like matches and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like we barely made the playoffs, and even in the playoff match, like, like yo, we were wrestling like FDR, and FDR had some dogs on that team.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so like yeah, we were wrestling FDR, and FDR had some dogs on that team, and even then, like we lost them, and it was 36-36, and we lost because they had more pins than us, I think. But like we were still competing. Like that's how I knew. Like back then, we were competing with this new team and all these new guys, and we were still like,
You hung in there.
yeah, we were hanging in there with guys. Well, like FDR had like a bunch of Mayor's Cup places, and we were still hanging up. Hey, and nobody was placed on our team then. And now come this season, we had all these guys that are even growing. Like I'm telling you, give it like next year, they'll be good too. By 2 years, yo, Petrides, I guarantee will be the best PSL team there is. 2 years. When all these sophomores now are seniors. Because those guys, they're like the core of the team. So by then, they'll all be locks whenever they go out there. We got some studs. We got some dogs.
I got a story for that FTR match. If you watch my match, that was probably the most exciting match from how stupid and dumb like I was wrestling. I kept getting like hip tossed, I think, right?
Yeah.
And my coach comes up to me, right? He, like after like a period, he goes, "Don't tie up." I'm like, "Oh, I got it. I understand what you're trying to say. Don't tie up." And you know what I did? I tied up, pretty much like hugging the guy, and he threw me over and over again until I don't think I didn't get pinned that match. I think I lost for like a point or two. I think.
Shout out Luca.
Luca looks insane now, but
yeah, he'll be a dog too.
Yeah, and he's only a sophomore, I think.
Yeah.
You know who that is? Luca. I don't know his last name.
FDR.
FDR.
No, my fault. I do know Luca, yeah, because I was at Elite for a while, like 2021. I was training the summer, so yeah, I've seen. I don't think I wrestled with him. I wouldn't remember that, but I definitely know who Luca is. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's young though, right?
Yeah, he's a 160 pounder, definitely on steroids.
He's not.
Yeah, he's on trend. And then what do you call it?
Pretty big on trend heads.
Nah, we're small. We're like the Trent twins, but we're like the gay Trent twins.
Stop. And then
nah, bro, yeah.
And then what do you call it?
Yeah, Luca's
huge now. What happened?
What's up?
I hope YouTube lets me uploads.
I hope so too. That's why I said
What is it?
YouTube. Hey, Mikey, what's in your hand?
What's in my hands?
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, it's a stick.
Oh, the other thing.
It's a portable charger.
A portable charger.
It sticks to your phone.
It's about the other thing, but all right.
The lighter?
Oh, lighter.
No, the other thing. Keep that off the camera.
Oh wait.
Keep the other thing off the camera. I just say keep it off the camera. You know what I'm talking about. Keep it off the camera.
Never mind, we were talking about it.
Keep that off the camera, yeah.
No, we're something else. There's something else.
And then what do you call it? FTR lost some good guys though. A lot of the guys went to Ithaca. Yeah, Ithaca's looking nice now. And they're doing well up there too.
Yeah, they got a lot of TikTok guys on there.
Yeah.
I should have joined. I could have been one of them too.
Maybe
that's the thing. Maybe that's the recruitment.
Yeah, like half their team are like famous on TikTok.
Yeah, like all the Splato City TikToks are Ithaca, and I'm like, shit, like.
Well, it's good. It's good to see the camaraderie. I like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But this year, we were a really good team. Like overall, like okay, like let's be honest. The league we wrestled in, like the small schools league, whatever, we flew through that. We weren't supposed to be in that league. Like let's be honest. Like all the other guys they like in that league they did good, but like we were just too powerful.
It wasn't fair. Like it genuinely wasn't fair.
Like I thought like good on match for like making it to the finals, but like I kind of like wish like we had more of like a a challenge like to remember that night, because like after we were winning like I don't know like 40-0, it was just like why are we even here? Like why? You know what I'm talking about?
Like I noticed that like Eagle and all the other like more known teams for being like very, very tough. Not to say Petrides isn't tough, but like just this past season, statistically, who were the tougher teams in NYC? I noticed they were all like on a different pool.
Yeah,
it's because
wondering why.
I don't know if you know. Yeah, I don't know if you know too much into it. What they did was this year they switched the whole league. Like I know it was the blended league, and it was always the blended league and the one regular main one. And then they split it up with like still you have your blended league, but now it's small schools and then big schools and two different ones. And we're a very small school, but like Petrides has always competed with all the regular schools no matter what. So we got put in that position. I think Eagle Academy in the beginning of the year was in it too, but they already won the championship, so they bumped up. And I don't know why. I think we had the option to bump up, but our coach was like, you know what? We'll keep them in here for a year, let these guys grow, let them win this one, and just take it from there. So it was never like we came in. I will let me finish.
So, like, how do you guys think you would have done if they kept it the same way they used to have it? Because I remember that in high school, yeah, they would just have it blended league
I
and then
think
the regular one.
I think we would have competed with any team. I'm not saying we would have. I'm not.
Not saying we would have
Yeah,
won
we would have
everything.
won everything, but I think no matter what the matchup was, we would have competed. Like there's no like, I don't see any team blowing us out at all. I mean, yeah, we blew Tonville, but that doesn't
okay,
matter.
but let's hear your thing about Tonville when we versed them. And a lot of people do not know that at all. We got blown out really badly. And Tonville's a good team. But when we versed them on our senior night, that was all our seniors, and all our seniors are not on this are not like
On the
main wrestlers. They're not like wrestlers that are like the highest competition. So like one of our guys, I think that was literally his first entire match, like that day. Like, and you know how it is in your first ever match against the guy who actually I think went far in Mayor's Cup too. And then it was just like a shit show from there. Like yeah.
It was yeah, like we got blown out, but it was like the matchups. It was like so everything was like thrown out all over the place. But other than that, like even like I said, like Madison, what was it, like 42-30? And again, that was like even that match, like we had wrong matchups in wrong places, and it was the last match of a 10 dual meet tournament. So like imagine like we go like 9 matches, all of us wrestling, and now that was the final match. So it's it's gonna be messed up regardless. We got people hurt, people banged up.
Also, there's like a point system now that like a wrestler can only wrestle like a limited amount of matches. So if we wanted to keep some guys for the playoffs, they weren't allowed to wrestle that match. Like Lorenzo and Jason, they couldn't wrestle. Like Jason Consalvo, he's a huge part of our lineup, and I think he won his match on SI Duels when we versed at Tonville and we beat them that time.
Lorenzo competed.
Yeah,
and then won.
We have our heavyweight Josiah. He wasn't. I think he didn't wrestle because he wasn't seen.
Aldo Romero.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of guys that won in our first matchup did not wrestle. Like I would say at least 5, which that's like 5 is a huge amount. But yeah, I definitely think
a lot of those are pins too.
Yeah,
remember that.
Like no matter what, we would have competed. Like I said, this team coming up now, next year I still have very high hopes. I think they'll be better than us this year. But I'm telling you, by the time these sophomores are seniors in 2 years, I think they will destroy any team in PSAL. Like I have very high hopes for them because they're like right now they're already the core of the line, like I said before. But these guys are, and the way they've been training, like we got our own thing over here. Like I know you got the Timeville guys in their programs. You have a lot of like the Manhattan wrestlers, the Brooklyn. They all go to BTS. It's cool and all. But like over here, we got our own little thing going on with another separate coach. Yeah, we got the Shaolin wrestling club.
I will like stick with this, but we have the best assistant coach in the entire like PSAL.
I agree.
I really think so.
We've been running practices like I said, again, this is no disrespect to any other program, but like a lot of these programs will do like a 2-3 days a week, have like their hour and a half practices. Like what we've been doing over here, even in like this past summer, we were going 5 days a week for a minimum of 2 hours. And then that was if you wanted to leave. If you wanted to stay, our coach was staying another like maybe 4 or 5 hours. So a lot of us were putting in 5-hour training days every day, 5 days a week. And especially these guys now, they're still sticking with it. I think as we speak, they're getting ready to train right now. And it's just, we have a very solid program going on over here that we started last year. And a lot of these guys are really committed. and I see it. I see the drive that they have, and I really think that they will. They'll. They have a lot of good things coming their way. That's all I got. We'll see. We'll see.
Our like assistant coach is like a very like accomplished wrestler.
He's a.
I think he traveled to Russia for a tournament with Ola. I think.
Yeah,
or they got the sword.
John Soto.
Yeah.
You probably I don't know if you can see anything about him anywhere, but like he was almost on a USA team. Like he lost in the finals of USA team trials. Like he's an incredible wrestler.
He wrestled Kyle Dake.
He wrestled Kyle Dake and lost him by a point. Like he's like an incredible wrestler. Incredible wrestler. So, when he came in, we'll touch on that now. He came in last year.
Randomly, I was like, oh, who is this guy?
Randomly one day walks in the wrestling room and our coach introduces him, and he's like, oh, here's a former wrestler of mine, John Soto. And we're like, yo, who is this guy? Like, we're like, and we at first it was a little awkward. We started talking to him, and me and Sal got very, very close with him. And we like grew such a good bond with this coach. And the amount of effort he put into helping us and helping the team with nothing, like we didn't ask for anything. He did it out of his way to come at,
He wasn't even like getting money off it. So like it was just like out of his heart.
Yeah, it was literally out of his heart to help us be better and help us really grow. And like all my work I could really dedicate that. Without him, it would never be where I am. And yeah, but that was one of the keys. That's one of the keys to our program. We have people like that in there that want to help us out. It really sets us apart from a lot of other teams.
That's cool. Now, how do you guys plan on applying that? Because you got to compete. You said you're going to go to Freestyle States.
Yeah,
you guys go to Virginia Beach? Like there's other tournaments afterwards, like regionals, if you qualify for it or whatever, stuff like that.
He's like I said, you're done.
Yeah, I'm over.
He's done. I'm gonna, like I said, Freestyle State. I've been putting in a little work. Like I said, I'm really transitioning to MMA. So with wrestling as a whole, like I might stop into a couple tournaments, but like I don't expect me like going out there and just trying to destroy these guys that like are still like they're gonna go D1 or whatever. Like I know my expectations. I'm gonna go and fight. I'm gonna fight by August probably. So I'm really not. I'm doing it just to stay at it and to really like stay in the wrestling mindset. But I'm not trying to do anything crazy with it at this point. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to see what happens with MMA and stuff. I'm really going into jiu-jitsu too. Probably pick up a tournament soon. And yeah, that's for me personally. That's where I'm taking this.
I've seen you some stuff with you in SI VJJ MMA. And over there a little bit. You competed at the Staten Island showcase.
Oh yeah. 30-second sub. 30-second sub. Yeah, 30-second sub.
Yeah. Shout out Mark BJJ.
Yeah. That too. Like I started that like last year. And I remember my first match, I had there's some like UFC ranked lightweight. And his coach, like, and the team that he trains for, the kid that I was competing against, trains with all of them. So he's like a top level competition. That's my first match. And I remember I went out there and I won. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe I could, maybe this sport I could be good at it.
It's so once I started doing that.
Who do you train with? Jalen?
Well,
I don't know.
No, I'm saying like it's not who you train with because they're not competing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely helps, but yeah, you're right. It's not like it comes down to what you want, like how good are you?
Well, a good training partner always pushes each other.
Yeah.
Like we had us as training partners. We were both very serious about it. And I think that's the reason we got really good.
Yeah, we can touch on that. Like you're right. It's not, just the thing itself, it's how you apply it. But like when he came along and we became good training partners and once he really started to learn and get good, like we could go on our own and do our own drills and have our own practice and grow. Just me and him, just because of how good and we knew each other and how much we wanted to work. And I feel like having that too, like you could go on your own and train and find people and do whatever. But like, I feel like having a good system around you can only make you and everybody around you that much better too.
Yeah. Like a lot of our summer last year was it was just all wrestling. Like, to be honest with you, like, I would wake up in the morning for like these like 4-hour soccer practices, right? I get my friend to I didn't drive at the time. I get my friend to drive me to the gym, come out the gym, I would run to this MMA gym that we practiced in with our assistant coach.
SIBJ.
Yeah. And then no,
Glory,
Glory
yeah,
martial arts.
martial arts.
And then I'd go home
Shout out Glory.
like relax a bit, and then at night I would go with him to go SIBJJ at night, and we would just like go live. We had a lot of like help at SIBJJ, like
Joe.
Rich Capello.
Shout out Rich Capello.
Shout out Rich Capello.
All the feral wrestlers.
He that man taught us how to leg ride. Yeah, I went live with him once. He leg rode me like the whole time. I got my ass kicked, but it made me a better wrestler. And then also Franklino taught us a cutback. We never actually hit that move like in a match, but I always thought about it. I always wanted to. It's like that those like cool moves that like you always wanted to hit, but you never got an opportunity to hit. Or if you did, you just completely forget about it.
Yeah, you got to drill it over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I know Richie very well. I know his mom too, and his dad. I know him real well. I've
Really?
I've rode around with him a bunch. We were at a camp together in 2017. We was still bigger.
Who? Oh, Capello, right? Rich Capello.
Capiello, yeah.
Capiello. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
man,
man.
he's great. Like when I first got into jiu-jitsu, like that was like a big training with my partner for a lot, and we would go live all the time. He'd show me a lot. Like he always wanted to help out. Like he's a great wrestler and great person too.
Yeah, and he's really good looking, but I don't talk about that.
That's experience. The Italian genes, man. Good looking people.
I'm about to say, he's not. He's a handsome guy.
Oh,
I don't know what he is, but
listen, I'm Albanian.
Italian too.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard there's some place called Staten, Albania.
Where?
Wait.
What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
It's nearby here, actually. It's in the middle. It's near here.
It's like a what do you talk like a restaurant?
No, it's like an area where a lot of Albanians are at, so they're called Staten, Albania.
Bro, listen. Albanians are like everywhere in Staten Island. It's not hard to run into them. I'm telling you. This is like I think Staten Island, or like not even like New York City in general is like super like Albanian populated.
I wouldn't say super. There's a lot in the Bronx though.
No, in Staten Island you'll see a lot.
No, I don't know how long you've been in Staten Island for, but I'm telling you, there's a lot. I'm telling you, there's a lot.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. I actually met some former teammates of you guys over here at CSI.
Arion.
I didn't see him. I never saw him. I never ran into him, but we would talk and stuff. But not just him. Patrick. Well, he's older than you guys. He's older, like my age, but and Agon.
Yeah.
Agon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good friends with my friend Rakon.
Yeah.
And I've known Lorenzo since he was like 2 feet tall.
Lorenzo Lamattina?
Yeah, I've known him for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he used to compete when he was younger.
Yeah, I know. Man, we try to be like, Lorenzo, come wrestle. I got baseball. Like,
bro, listen. Baseball, wrestling. You know, listen. It's just not like I'm a big Mets fan. But like, let's be honest.
They suck.
What the Mets do suck. I'm not gonna lie with you. God awful team right now, but listen. What's more fun to play? What's more fun to watch? You know, waiting 3 hours to. I played baseball before. Listen, I know. It's just a whole different experience.
What's more fun, bro? Playing with balls or being the shit out of
people? Stop with the gay jokes.
It's not gay joke, bro. Or you get what I mean, bro. It's not even supposed to be gay. But like, come on, like, bro, how do you not like wrestling, bro? Like, you beat the shit out of it. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I like to fight, bro. I like to fight because I like to fight, not because I want to get money, bro. Come on.
Well, let's talk more about your fighting thing. You're not the only one that wants to get into that. There's plenty of NYC kids getting into that. Jaden Cardenas, he had an amateur fight not long ago.
Yeah.
He goes to Cortland.
My friend Joseph Mason used to wrestle with him too. That's the one that got me into it. Yeah, I think especially for like a lot of wrestlers too. Like this is exactly why I want to do freestyle, because like you see it especially now in MMA. Like all the champs and all the top competition. Like we got Aljamain Sterling, New York City guy, next week, and he's a top level wrestler, and look how good he is. You know, a lot of these top wrestlers transition into it, and they do great. So I always, I actually started boxing before I got into wrestling, and I quit just to commit to wrestling. And the past 2 years, like I transitioned to jiu-jitsu last year and now kickboxing now. And I really want to take a fight soon because you have a wrestling background and a wrestling base. Like you could it's so much better than everywhere else. You could, it's such a good foundation to build and come off of. And it's really like I think it's the key in all of mixed martial arts, like good grappling, good wrestling, you know.
It's such a stupid looking dog.
Yeah, my fault. These people are messing around. Yeah, but so I'm really trying to push for in August that I can take my first amateur fight. I don't know what exactly. I might not do MMA right away. I might just start with a kickboxing fight or boxing or whatever. But I really, eventually transition into it because I'm going to train throughout college. Go to one of maybe the top gyms in Jersey. Go train out over there because I'm going to be in Monmouth University, and then just see where it takes me. I'm not. I'm going to college for business and finance, but I definitely, this is, how it is with wrestling. That's something you do like your whole life. It's always with you. So I'm definitely trying to, start training and fight on the side if I can. And who knows, if I can make it in that, I can do good, then we'll see. Maybe that'll be a career. You never know.
Yeah, definitely something to look into.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun. It's definitely fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially when you're hitting people with stuff and they really don't have an answer.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like now as much stuff out of pocket stuff.
Here's better. Here's in my opinion, the best thing about wrestling. It's like, all right, if you're not good at wrestling, or like let's say you just start off, like I feel like there's just a lower like I guess like injury rate with wrestling than it has with other people. Like, yeah, you can train boxing, but like I don't want to get hit in the head a couple times before I get good. I don't want to like for wrestling. No, it's just like it's like I think it's like a much better like for like
risk reward.
Yeah, like risk reward. It's more like inviting. I feel like I tried jujitsu. It's like trigonometry for me. I really don't get it. But boxing, I don't want to get hit in the head. I can't think of any other sport.
Muay Thai.
I don't want to get hit in the head. It's the same thing. Wrestling is just like easier. And it's like I don't know.
That easier is crazy.
No, easier like
I
do.
That makes sense.
Like easier to like get into. I feel.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I'm not much of an MMA freak like this guy is, but
yeah,
I'm not really that into it. Like I want to do fights and stuff, but I'm just saying like
he wants to keep the pretty face. That's the thing. I don't care. But yeah, I definitely feel like wrestling as like a whole, like I think it needs like. This is why I like, especially with the TikTok. Like I remember pulling up to tournaments, everyone's like, "Oh, Mikey Cash, the TikTok kid, this and that." Like I do, I want to get the sport out there and really like help people like promote it in a sense because it's I feel especially now it's definitely growing and I think we'll get into the MMA part too. Like that's definitely helping it grow a lot just because MMA as a whole is blowing up recently, and wrestling too is huge because everybody's seeing like wow, like look at like we got the like Khabib, Islam, like all like the top guys, top MMA fighters, top wrestlers. It's all like it's getting a lot of attention. So like I think it's really important that like we help promote the sport as much as we can and get new people to come in and really put like maybe try to like really advance it, maybe get have I wouldn't say a league, but like have something where money can be involved in it, where people could watch, and just
especially in Staten Island. Like I like a lot I see a lot more wrestlers now.
Yeah,
and a lot of people like even in our school, like they know more now. Like
Yeah.
they've seen a lot. Cause like
there's not that impression no more that's just like it's like oh that weird gay sport. Like if you hear about it, I feel like now especially like yeah, there's always those people that don't really know. But like a lot, it is getting a lot of attention,
a lot more wrestlers in our school. A lot more people like watching the sport.
Yeah.
They're more into it.
Yeah.
Back then it was like no, these weird guys dressed in tights and stuff. Like
it was very low key.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Everyone's heard the comment. Like everyone's heard it. Now it's just like it's a more like legit sport. I feel not people.
Yeah, it's more respected.
Way more respected. I think in even like in like every fighting, a lot more combats. Like back then it was just boxing. I feel like now it's just like everything's like
you see everybody will kind of want to get involved, like, and then that's you got your big guys like it's a culture too. Like you got like a guy like Gervonta Davis coming out fighting Ryan Garcia. He's walking out with like Chief Keef, like it's like involving like it's just my point, like involving like all the different cultures with one, and like it really being known, like this combat sports, the fighting and all that, like and really have it like all together and really like get the name out there. It's big, it's important.
You're getting cut off. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
What?
I was muted. Sorry.
Uh,
One of the girls I was in class with, she was asking me about like cutting weight, and she said her brother used to box and how he would have to cut. She was asking about that. I remember I went to gym class one time with my coat on, and I was running, and then one of the girls asked me, "How much weight are you trying to lose?"
yeah.
I wasn't
Weight
too
cut-
much over, but I didn't have to do
Weight
that too
cutting
many
is the worst
times.
thing that ever happened, man. Like it's the most like depressing moment in time ever. I cut a lot more than he did. He was like
I was wrestling up the whole season.
yeah, but I would cut to get to 52 a couple times because I like to eat, and then and like it's just like you're sitting there, I'm at lunch. There's a bottle of like water or like food in front of me, and just knowing that I can't like enjoy that right now because I don't want to make the process of cutting even harder for me. It's just like
Bro,
depressing.
we could get into if we want to get into weight cutting, bro, because I
Well,
feel
we
like this
don't. Wait,
too.
wait. It's about to end. I got to start it up again.
All right.
Yeah.
The meetings are gonna end then.
All right.
Let's start up. All right.